Texas State Library and Archives presents Extra, Extra, Eyes the World on Texas.
For years after the events of November 22, 1963, Americans might ask each other, "Do you remember where you were when Kennedy was shot?" Many recalled precisely where they were and exactly what they were doing when they heard the news that the president had been killed while riding in an open car in Dallas, Texas. The Kennedy assassination became associated with Dallas and on a list of facts an average person might know about that Texas city. Other Texas locations have become connected to headline-making news events that brought the Lone Star State into the public eye around the country, or even the world for a moment in time, sometimes exciting, sometimes triumphant, sometimes tragic. The phrase, "Houston, we have a problem," will forever connect Texas to the space program, for instance, and the Galveston hurricane, from the time before storms had their own names, still holds the terrible legacy of the worst natural disaster in the history of the United States. The city of Waco became a headline in the 1990s when federal agents engaged in a lengthy standoff with a leader of a religious sect, the Branch Davidians, who maintained a compound outside of town. The gusher that blew at Spindletop, an oil field in southeast Texas near Beaumont, became shorthand for the oil boom that propelled the success of the petroleum industry and the economy of the country. Other incidents may be lesser known in the modern era, but had an enormous impact when they occurred. Explosions in Texas City and at a school in New London were shocking moments brought to the wider world through headlines, as was the day Charles Whitman climbed the tower at the University of Texas and started shooting. While significant stories of the past are often filled with pain and suffering, the simultaneous sharing of the knowledge through the news media connected people from beyond the borders of Texas and invited empathy, condolences, donations, and support. Some outcomes were legislation, initiatives, and new technologies to help prevent future tragedies. After the unfathomable loss of life from a natural gas explosion at a school, new regulations meant adding an odor to detect potential leaks and the requirement of certification for engineers. A deadly tornado event that flattened homes and city structures led to the development of radar technologies for better warning systems. The seawall that stands at the shores of Galveston was built as a result of the storm of 1900. These significant events affected many Texans and continue to create state history through the documents and images left behind. Here at the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, we are preserving those moments chronicled in newspapers, radio, and television broadcasts, and now online with the records that help report the facts of the past to patrons of today and tomorrow. The exhibit shares with our visitors items from our collections that explore the historic, the tragic, and major milestones that changed the world. View the exhibit in the lobby of the Lorenzo de Zavala State Archives and Library Building in downtown Austin, next door to the Capitol, or online anytime at www.tsl.texas.gov/extra-extra.